Hello everyone, Meglas Games here, and welcome to the next speed build. I don't know which number it is, might be 28? Possibly 28. And yeah, I am building a little house called Clifftop Abode, I think it's called. I'm not sure. I've forgotten. I built this way too long ago, but I'm finally doing a commentary for it, which is fan-dabby-dozy. But yes, this is my favourite thing I've built ever. Ever. Seriously, I love it. I seriously love it. And yeah, that's basically it. That's all you need to know thus far. Right now we're building the garage. Pretty simple. Messing around with windows and stuff. These are from a store set. This is quite a bit of the stuff I'm using is from the store because I kind of went on a bit of a spending spree. Let's just say. Yeah, I kind of went on a spending spree in the Sims 3 store, and I bought that set with all the windows and the coolness and stuff like that. And yeah, and then yeah, I don't really have much else to say. The garage, as you can see, has got windows going into it. They change later, but they always have that window in them. It's inspired by Iron Man. Have you ever seen Iron Man? His garage has like a wall of windows into his garage so he can see all his fancy cars and whatever. And this is a sort of house that's kind of bachelor pad-like that would have that kind of thing going on. So yeah. That's what I'm going for with this. And I'm trying to work out windows. I don't want too many, but at the same time I want to get things sorted in terms of windows. You know? Christ, that came up on me quick. I wasn't even... Oh my god, that felt weird. I just kind of choked. I just ate an apple, like about 5 minutes ago, so that will probably explain why I did that. But yeah. Right now I am doing the roofs. Now the garage was quite tricky because obviously it's on a lower level than everything else, so if I were to level out too much then the walls for the upper floor would just kind of do the same thing and that wouldn't be right, and so on and so forth. And then I was trying to make the roof kind of interesting, so I kind of went with these two kind of like boxes kind of things and have them at different heights. I like the way they turn out. Not gonna lie, I really like them. You might not. Oh well. Yeah. I really don't have much to say in these speed builds, to be quite honest. I know I watch people do their speed builds and they're like really detailed descriptions of what they're building and stuff like that, and I'm like, I have no clue what to say. Starting to get the colour scheme in now though, which is cool. This nice green, I love this green. It goes well with the rest of the house. It looks fantastic in the end, the colour scheme. I go for kind of like a grey brick, and I also do kind of like it ends up being almost purpley, the wood that I use as well. Yeah, there's a wood going on as well. Yeah, just basically getting all the floor edges nice and darkened, because that annoys me now. I've kind of got very OCD about my building now, which is nice because things start looking nicer. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing now. I can't even remember whether I keep this siding or not, but I do like this siding actually, looking at it. Just kind of playing around, and then I realised that I need another colour, or else this is going to look incredibly boring. I don't know whether it comes in just yet or later on, but soon enough I realised that there needs to be another colour. Soon, I reckon. Can't even remember. See, I'm deleting stuff now. It's like... I don't know what kind of like possessed me at this point. I don't know. Here we go. Here we are. We're adding the wood. My favourite wood, as per usual. that same one, but we kind of end up with this kind of like almost purpley kind of wood, but it's very nice. I really, really like it. Yeah, I'm just trying to come up with something good to say. It's been a really long time since I built this, which makes it really awkward when I'm trying to describe what I'm building. Yeah, I've not played Sims much at all recently, and I haven't put this up before now because I don't know. I haven't really had time to do the commentary. I've been quite busy with work when I was building this, so that would explain that. And yeah. What am I doing now? I'm doing these windows. Nice little... I love those thin ones. They're not actually in that set that I was talking about earlier, but what they are in is the... do you remember the thing with the set with the tablet in? The Technophobe No More, I think it's called, or something. It's in that Gothic living set that that came in. I think it was a Gothic living set. And what I'm doing now is I'm kind of taking in like this style at the front and then kind of putting it round the back because I needed something to kind of break up that wall, and I really do like the way it ended up, so that's good. And then that gives us a nice area to do a path to the outside. Have a nice outdoor area as well. It's pretty, the landscaping of it is pretty strict, if you know what I mean. There's like a set flower bed, it's not like wild grass and stuff, you know what I mean. I think, hopefully, if you know, you should know me well enough by now to know that I don't make much sense in my videos, and that you can kind of know what I'm trying to say without me actually saying it. Yeah, just adding in plants now. This actually, I did this very late at night, I have to say. Yeah, I think I changed this in the end, the way this looks. I'm not even sure, but I know a lot of it changes. Well, not a lot of it, but some of it changes because I do it over like about 5 days. It just goes to show that the best builds are the ones that take the time. This outdoor area is pretty simple. There's no eating area, but a couple of lounges, you know, bowl of fruit sitting on the floor as you do. Good old Sims thing. Outdoor furniture, you know. And I decided to add some form of terrain changes around the outside. I thought, you know what, I'll do that because it looked a bit boring around the outside, so that's what I did. Added loads of rock, too much rock, and then I put it all back, I think. Put it all back as grass soon enough. Hopefully, I would think. And then I decided I want floors, so I'm just like, you know what, delete all the plants to get them away, and then redo it all. Then put all the plants in. I think this is what I mean about redoing it. I just remember it being pretty late at night, and I was like, gotta do this again. And then I think at the end of doing this landscaping, I just kind of give up for the night and just kind of come back to it another day. This terrain painting was a bit of a shoddy job. I wanted to have some rock kind of sticking out, like as you can see there, but I don't even know whether I pulled that off pretty well. I just have no clue anymore. But yeah, that's basically it. Doing the old usual terrain paint around the outside of the house. I decided to do it now rather than doing it later because it stopped the little edge, the annoying little edge that you get when you have floor on the walls inside. Floor inside, you know what I mean, ish. Because it kind of ends up being a bit weird looking because you have this really thin line of just like grass around the house, even if you know what I mean, sort of. And for some reason I don't know what it is. At the end of lots on this game, you can't terrain paint around the very edge at the front. And it's really annoying when you're trying to do a driveway and you're trying to get the thingy going, you know what I mean. I have no idea what I'm saying right now. I've not recorded a video in so long that I'm just like nattering around about God knows what. So yeah. And like I said, there's the Iron Man wall of windows and such, and I took the wood in from the outside and I think that looks really cool. And yeah, what am I doing next? I don't even know. I kind of went with a very neutral inside with a bit of green and a bit of, yeah, a bit of green and a bit of wood I think sometimes. But that's pretty neutral anyway. My chair's squeaking as per usual. Not very much room in this garage in the sense of what I've actually done with it. There's loads of room in there, but what I've done with it, because I wanted more than one car. But I was trying to think, if I'm going to get them out of the house, then it might be a bit awkward. And I wanted those lights in there because it looked kind of cool, bachelor pad like. You know, I swear there was lights in the one in Iron Man, but that's kind of what it ends up looking like in terms of the placement of the cars, but there's hardly any room for them to get out, which is silly. Probably should have made it longer. Oh well. Creator Style was being a pain in the arse, as per usual, I think, at this point. That's why that was taking so long. This whole room here is very dark. The rest of the house is so light, and this place is very dark. I think it's due to the colour of the wall. It's just casually just being so dark that you wouldn't be able to do anything. And then I put those in there, and then I was like, no, I don't want you in there now. Because a lot of people have their laundry stuff in their garage, which I think personally is kind of weird, considering that I've always had it in my kitchen. Well, we have the washing machine in the kitchen, and then we have the tumble dryer in an outhouse where we have like all our fridges and stuff. But that's what that is. Our house is kind of weird as well, though. So, and finding curtains once again for all these windows is a pain. That's why I love these wall to floor length blinds. They look really nice. They're store content as well, sadly. There is a lot of store content in this one, I'm afraid. I'm personally going to use it because I've paid money for it. So, yeah. I think it helps my houses out a lot better in terms of interior design. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to keep going with that sort of thing in my builds now. Because now I've got it, I might as well use it. And I like it a lot more than some of the stuff in the game. And you can hate me if you want. I know some of you can't afford store content. I know some people don't even have any expansion packs above the base game, which can be a pain. But all I'm saying is you can still download it. You just won't have the same furniture and the same windows and whatever. I mean, the basics are still there. You just have to change the windows to like wall to floor length ones. I'm sure it'll look almost as fine. But yeah, here comes the kitchen and the dining room. I really like the kitchen in this one, actually. I can't even remember what I did, but I remember it. I like it. I'm such a fail at this very moment in time. Another thing I realised is because I want that mezzanine there's like no space for stairs on the other side. So I end up putting this tiny little corridor room in, which is a pain in the arse, but I guess it works. It looks a bit weird from the outside, but and it's a bit awkward no matter which way you see it, but yeah, you can live with it. It's not the worst thing in the world. And then upstairs we end up having like a man cave area, which does not end up looking like that, shall we say. It all becomes an open little rumpus room, or whatever it's called. I've forgotten what they call them. I think it's a rumpus room. Yeah. Just casually trying to fit in stairs as you do this damn game. You know what it's like. I can't even remember what I do for stairs in this situation. I was like, which way looks the least invasive? And I don't think I ever got to that situation. I mean, got to the point where I found something I liked. I think in the end I went with spiral staircases. You see, the thing with spiral staircases that I hate is the upstairs, when that landing. Whereas in The Sims 2, the landing was one square, just where you actually land on the stairs. Whereas in this one, you have that whole bit around it, which annoys me to no end. And you've probably heard me say it a million times already. So yeah, we have 2 bedrooms and a study, and 2 bathrooms, I think, in this house, and another 2 bedrooms down here, actually. So it's more of a several bachelors pad, if you know what I mean. It's not like a family house, it's kind of like a bachelor pad that's huge. Maybe like some celebrity could live in there, you know? Some celebrity bachelor. And then all his servants or whatever could... Well, they wouldn't be servants, really. Never mind. It's a big house, but it's a bachelor pad kind of thing, which is annoying. The only reason I use bi-debug lights in this is because of the way that I've done the living area, where the lights are actually on the top floor and then you've got the mezzanine. See, the thing with that is, if you put lights on that bottom floor, they're just going to be hovering in the middle of nowhere, and you don't want to do that because it just looks silly and stupid and stuff. So I just put those bi-debug lights in so that I can actually light the floor underneath it. You won't see them in game, that's why I did it. But yeah, I actually do light the house this time, and I just... God, shut up! There is so many noises coming from my house today. That was actually outside. That sounded like an aeroplane flying low above our house, which seems to happen a lot. We have an airfield pretty close to where we are, so that would explain that. This living room is insanely cool. I love it. It's one of my favourite living rooms. No, it is my favourite living room I've done. No shadow of a doubt. I was trying to think of some cool ways to do stuff in here, like decorate it, and I end up using those University Life ones, like that, and lowering them down, making like a really long shelving area, and then joining them up with those again, which is cool. Yeah. See, I really do like the way this ends up going. And then I actually add bigger things there. I've kind of forgotten what I did to a certain degree, but not really. I'm just keep struggling for words today, and I don't know why. Probably because this is a very long speed build. Because now we're 18 minutes in, and it looks like we're about halfway through. I kind of do, I end up with a picture rail above this as well, and the ceiling ends up having like this tiled effect to it. I think I like it, I'm not sure, but I guess nobody sees that very much. It works well with pictures and stuff, but so I guess that's all that matters. And yeah, as I was saying, this ends up with a bit above it just to frame it, and then that TV area is a success in my eyes, really. I love it a lot. Yeah, and just basics now, sofa, you know, casual, kind of where you need to sit down kind of goodness, you know. Just making it all matchy. What do I do here? I think I had just a plant in the corner. In the end, There's a nice picture that I found on the store as well. I am always on the hunt for good wall art in the store because I use it so much in my houses that I desperately need it. So yeah. What am I doing now? Just dining room table. Very simple. Picture on the wall. That didn't work the way I would hope. So I just went with something else. I love that outdoor light, but I use it so much inside that I don't call it an outdoor light. It came with outdoor living stuff and it's meant to be an outside light, but I think it just looks so good on the inside as well that you might as well. There I was just adding in the tiles on the ceiling, and then we get into the kitchen, which I said I liked as well. I can't even remember what it looks like, but I'm fairly sure I like it. Yeah. I think a lot of this house has ended up like that in this commentary. It's kind of like, well, she likes it, but she doesn't know why. But yeah, just adding the colour on, very tedious stuff. I put the fridge on the other side, as per usual. You know my feelings about overhead counters and then the fridge next to it. I don't like it to any extent. Just a little bin right next to it. Bins need to be bigger in this game. Nobody has a bin that tiny in their house. Adding in some lights, and then I decide, hey, the town life ones would work well in here, just as like a little light behind the thing, so I do that, and that ends up looking pretty sweet. You end up with a nice light area to cook, even when it's quite dark in the rest of the house. Knife block turned around the right way, woohoo! I love that now, how that works. And then simple little plant, nice rug, just the basic decorations. It gets to the point where you're just doing the basic decorations and stuff. I think I put painting on this wall, changed my mind about it because it's like got a lot of blues in it, and now I use this one which came with design and high tech stuff, or high and love stuff to you Americans that actually got the right name for it. I hate it when they change names of things for different countries, because you like trying to describe something and you're not sure which name to use. I hate the name design and high tech stuff, but some people will know it as that, and some people will know it as high and love stuff, and that's what I prefer to know it as and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to call it high and love stuff because it's high and love stuff to me. I think they did that with some Sims 2 expansion packs as well. I don't even remember. Just adding some fancy paintings on the wall. I love this little lookout over the mezzanine. I know there's several places in the house where you can actually look out over the living area, but yeah, I like it a lot. And this is the little man cave, which isn't a cave because it's on the top floor, but it's there. You got your foosball table, you got your ping pong table for your juice pong or beer pong, as real people know it as. Little 8-bit gaming posters on the wall, sofa made out of crates, fish tank because you're cool like that. Wall art like crazy, as you do. Not pink. Sketches of women, man cave, you know. And then over on this side we have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. I went pretty generic on these 2 bedrooms. They both look very similar, but they do look really rather nice actually, so I'm happy with that. Just adding a sofa on there because it looks a bit boring. If you don't, I think actually it may end up as 2 chairs, I'm not even sure. But yeah, the bedroom ends up like that. They are very, very similar. Trying to add ceiling tiles on there. Sometimes it's a real pain with the ceiling tiles. Just getting the right angle, because small rooms, it's so hard to put them in. I wish there was like a tool you could use to toggle between ceiling and floor and just paste it down as like a normal floor if it's a bit in ceiling mode or whatever. Sims 4, again, I'm coming up with all these fantastic ideas for Sims 4 and nobody's taking them in, are they? But yeah. Bathroom, very simple, as per usual. Nice space, actually, a bit bigger than my normal little 2x3s. This one's a 2x4. Fancy little mirror, which I don't keep. Another mirror going in. And then this is the first of the 2 generic bedrooms. They end up looking pretty similar, as I've already said. I do like the way they look in the end, actually. They're pretty cool. Nicely styled is what I'd say. They look quite sophisticated, but quite cool at the same time. I don't know. I don't know what I'm on about these days. Just kind of like, hey, I'm just going to say words about houses and hope that it makes sense. That's what I do. Yeah, and then second bedroom, same furniture, different layout slightly. This one gets a TV, apparently. Add a little plant in. Every room needs a plant. Every bedroom needs a plant, at least. Just adding in loads of decor. I don't know why there's a makeup case if it's a bachelor pad, but oh well. Lights on the wall art, you know, the basics. And then up here, we've got ourselves a study, which is very tiny and dark. I don't know what it is about studies, but I always see them as quite dark sometimes. I always kind of get this image of like a really dark study with levers and stuff like that. It's kind of been my view of a study like that. I do like the woods. The woods are fantastic in this house. I really like the purpliness of the wood as well. And then just adding the colours again. So I've started accenting with a bit of black as well. Well, it's in some of the rooms downstairs, but I don't think I actually made an effort to add black in until the top floor. Just finishing off the study now. Have a bit of a sofa going on at some point, chairs even, same difference. See, this is the, oh, it is a sofa in the end. See, this kind of dark leather kind of look is what I see in a study. Kind of reminds me of a study, you know, because I'm like that. More wall art on the wall, looking fancy. I do like that square one on the wall right there. That came with the set, that came with the windows as well. So yeah, just moving the bathroom stuff into that so we could have an ensuite. This is the master bedroom right here. I don't know what is going on. I'm probably looking at the cursor that was going around. I was probably doing something else. Then the furniture's the same, wall colour is the same and everything, but I think I end up with like a slightly different design to this room. I like the sofa in this room as well, it's great. It's pretty much the same, it's just a lot bigger, more spacious and stuff, so that's nice. And I add the plant to the study, which it needed because every room needs a plant at some point. Every good room, that is. And then this room I decide to make a single with a loft bed, as you do, and have a desk underneath, as you do, and it ends up with a TV and a cool little chair as well. Lots of game 8-bit kind of posters on the wall. I think they're quite cool. This could be like a little gamer's room. I'd need a better computer than that little laptop that's sitting there if it was going to be a real gamer's room, but there we go. Adding all the consoles I could find, just yodeling out. Add a little stereo. Not that you'd need a stereo if you have a laptop. I mean, now that I have a computer in my room, I don't use my DVD player at all, or my stereo, or whatever, so I might as well give them away. Yeah. Just a nice rug on the floor. Wish it was a little bit bigger, but oh well, what can you do about that? You can't really join them up very well either, I've noticed with those ones, which is a pain. The sofa in here is actually quite nice as well. It came with pets, interestingly enough. And this bookcase, just add it in, and then I realised, hey, there's a 3-wide bookcase that looks like that, so why didn't you just use that, Meg? Then a nice rug, you know, just tartan the place up now, make it nice and fancy looking. This hall does look bare, but I wanted to leave that space kind of open, just simply because it's nice to have some space in a house. I mean, it's not completely bare. There's like a rug ends up being in the centre, and then there's that coffee table and stuff, and there is art on the walls, and now there's a sofa, but it's nice to have that kind of bare look to it. Now I'm just kind of finishing it off. I was kind of like, hey, do I need windows in that, on top of that basement, not basement, garage, but I decided against it. I didn't like them the way they were. And yeah, and now I'm just adding trees, a lot of bamboo trees actually. I think they quite nicely work with the modern. And there we go, this is it. This is Clifftop Abode, I think it's called. Either Clifftop or Cliffside Abode, whichever, you'll see in the title. Here's a nice picture of the garage, living room, which is my favourite thing. Ceilings have gone a bit funny, don't ask me why. They just have. There's the kitchen and the dining room. I'm going to take this time now to say thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, because this was my absolute favourite thing that I've built. It was a joy to build as well, so that was great. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll just let these pictures run, and I'll see you guys soon.